Friends, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sana. If you are new, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe. I would love to have you along for my journey. I would also love to know a little bit about you. So go ahead and drop me a comment and let me know that you are new here and tell me a little bit about your journey so I can be sure to motivate as well as cheer you on. So, as you all can see, I am, it's super early, so that's why it's a little bit dark in this room. I've already started work. I did mention on a upcoming video for my Sunday night's dinner, I was just flat out exhausted. So, you all are going to see a very simple meal, a very light meal that I made for that Sunday night because and by the way, today is actually Monday. Let me see the date. I never know what the date is because at work I'm always working old dates. So today is Monday and it is a March 4th. So it's super early. I wake at 3 in the morning for work, and last night I went to bed around 6:15 p.m. I did not wake up until around 10 p.m., only to use the bathroom and to drink some water, and I knocked out right back again. I was just really in need of some rest and some sleep. I really have been pushing myself at work. As some of you know, I started with a new employer. It was last year, July 24th. I did get some exciting news. I had a one on one talk with my supervisor, and she had mentioned to me that on my paycheck for last week that I'm going to notice a substantial amount. And she did let me know that I actually, even though I'm new, I earned a bonus. So thankfully, they were able to give me this bonus, even with me still being at the tail end of this training period. So, right now, I'm going through a training period where my work is just being checked over. So, I'm very much working, but still, yeah, they still consider it a training period because everything that I touch, I'm having to have reviewed to make sure that everything is on the up and up and that, no corrections have to be made. So that is simply the process that I'm in right now. I'm almost at the tail end of that, but I was super excited because what she mentioned in this meeting was that I actually shocked her for the amount of the bonus that I earned, because this bonus is based off on quality, efficiency, as well as production. So she said that basically for those three, she said that I scored really at the high tier. And she said that generally they don't see that from a new employee. They said that that scoring that I had gotten was basically what they see from a tenured employee, that somebody that has been here for at least a year, if not longer. So that was super exciting to hear something like that, that not only am I um, doing really well, but that I'm even exceeding the expectations for someone that is a newbie. So that is definitely always great to hear. It's always great to hear that kind of feedback. So I was super excited on Friday to be able to see my paycheck substantially be a lot bigger than it normally is. So that was super exciting to be able to get that little bit of a surprise, only because she spoke to me on Thursday, and that very next day, Friday, was when I had seen that. So I'm just completely overjoyed, and I feel so blessed, especially with me being pregnant right now. Definitely those extra funds here and there is definitely going to help. Um, and it's definitely going to make a difference. So it's always nice to get that appreciation when it comes into the form of these bonuses, just based off on the work that you're putting forward each and every day. It's nice to get that monetary recognition. Even though money's not everything, it's still nice to get that sort of recognition. So, as you all are going to see on these meals that I am going to share with you all following this little bit of chit chat, I'm going to share from last week, Thursday, up until Saturday. So I'm doing 3 days of meals for you all. So it's going to be 2 meals each day. So a total of 6 meal ideas to be able to incorporate on a ketovore journey. And we definitely did something very unusual for us, which we did partake in a lot of eating out, which we normally do not do. I would say on a regular basis, we probably might eat out maybe like once every month, if not couple months. But I really truly felt really burnt out this past weekend. So we definitely really indulged and just really kind of had a good, relaxing time because I definitely have needed to catch up on a lot of rest. And as you can see, I'm actually in my pajama shirt right now because directly after work on this Monday, I'm going to get some deep cleaning done, some laundry done. Thankfully, I don't do any cleaning or any housework on the weekend, but unfortunately, it is waiting for me come Monday. So my husband did start some laundry. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up when I get off, but thankfully, he went ahead before he left for work. He put a load of laundry to go ahead and wash. That way, once I get my break, I can go ahead and just dump it in the dryer and have it ready for me once I get out of work. But I have a lot of other cleaning I got to take care of. And then he's going to actually come home. This is going to be interesting because he's going to come home and shampoo the tile in the 2 bathrooms for me. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully, there's not much noise come when I show you guys my dinner. If not, we are just going to kind of roll with it because I try not to eat too late. I try to eat past about 7:30 p.m. right now. So we'll see how it goes. Because you all know, I mean, this is truly real life for me. I don't do anything as far as any bit of extra to make the aesthetics the way it is. I mean, as you can see, I'm here in my pajama shirt, didn't do a thing with my hair. It is complete bedhead, just right off to work. So as far as pregnancy wise, everything is going really well. Thankfully, the cold turkey reintroduction of veggies, I have not had any adverse side effects, have not had any tummy issues at all. Thankfully, it is going really well. What really had me nervous because when I was on carnivore throughout this few weeks of pregnancy, I did not experience any morning sickness. I have not also experienced any morning sickness with the introduction of the veggies. So I would definitely say at this point that any spectrum of the proper human diet very well can truly benefit for a pregnant woman to either keep the morning sickness at bay or to possibly substantially reduce it. Because I have not experienced any. So that has been my victory. When I was pregnant with our previous 2 children, oh my goodness, I was sick the entire pregnancy for the both of them. That's why I was kind of thankful that our second born that he came 3 weeks early, because I was definitely ready to be over being sick. It was just miserable. For each of those pregnancies, I lost like 80 plus pounds for each of them. That's how sick I was. But mind you, that was when I was on the standard American diet. I also actually spoke to my coworker. And mind you, my coworker, she is on the standard American diet. I don't judge her for it at all. I'm just mentioning that because we did have some conversation. I did open up to her about what happened with my obstetrician, and she made a comment that was very surprising because here this opinion is coming from somebody on the standard American diet. She had said to me that, wow, it's so unusual that this doctor is being so critical of the way that you're eating because for your two previous pregnancies, you were much heavier in weight, as well as you were not eating the best. You were on, this carb heavy way of eating. You were definitely incorporating a lot of sugar. And she said that it's shocking to her that a doctor would have a problem with me eating real healthy foods versus my two previous pregnancies. They did not express any concern at all. So it was really nice for her to point something like that out because, as I said, she is on the standard American diet. So it was amazing for her to have that perspective. But then again, for the doctor to not be understanding or to not have that perspective or to not be thoughtful of that, to basically go back and look at my records and see that I was a lot heavier. I was at least over 100 pounds heavier than I am now with my two previous pregnancies on the standard American diet. They did not have any sort of reaction at all. And then again, at that time, I still passed the glucose intolerance test. At that time, I did not know any better. So I did go through the 50 grams of the liquid that they give pregnant women to check for the glucose intolerance. And I passed both of them for both pregnancies, but still yet this obstetrician made the comment that because my BMI is still a little bit high is why she's raising concern for this pregnancy, which if that really is the case, why did they not have an issue for my two previous pregnancies? Because my BMI would have been substantially a lot higher because at that point in time, I was not just on the low end of obese as I am now. I was basically at the middle to probably the high end of morbidly obese. So I just want to be able to share that with you all because, you know, everybody can definitely have an opinion. It just matters what value is in that opinion. So definitely my coworker, she definitely was able to bring a lot of value with her opinion. Even though, as I said, she's on the standard American diet, everybody has something of value to still be able to bring forward. That's why for me, I will never judge. I will never criticize anyone depending on what they choose to eat. It's very much let them do them. If they feel the need to change, certainly it is up to them. They have to be the ones to make that first move. So I figured that is pretty much all I wanted to be able to cover with you all. So as I said, I'm going to be able to provide some ideas when it comes to eating out on this video, as well as, of course, some quick, simple home meals as well, because as you all know, I am most definitely continuing to embrace the simplicity. But as always, my friends, I want to go ahead and close off this intro with I wholeheartedly appreciate you all for watching. I want to thank you all. Until the next one, take care, my friends. It's Thursday, February 29th, so we are at the last day of February. So I hope February treated everybody really well, and best wishes for the month of March. So I have a really simple omelet here. I was able to kind of put this together in between working over here, so kind of stepping away from my work desk and kind of checking on this. So this is a really quick omelet. It was leftover lamb meatballs that I chopped up, and it is sauteed spinach and tomato. I just sauteed it with some butter and threw some salt over all of it. That way it can saute and wilt really nicely. And once I did that, I scrambled in 4 eggs and added a little bit of cheddar cheese. I just used 1 slice of extra sharp cheddar cheese and put the lid on the nonstick pan and just kept it at the low setting. That way, it can kind of cook up, and then as well as the top of this can cook over really nicely. So it was really easy, simple to do. So if you're looking for an easy option for your brunch, definitely go in with something like an omelet or a quiche. It is super, super easy and definitely does not disappoint when it comes to being comfortably stuffed as well as something really delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in with this for my brunch for this Thursday. All right, my friends, for this Thursday night's dinner, I'm going to put in my Ninja Foodie pot this beef chuck roast. I purchased it at Aldi. So as you can see here, it was 5.99 cents per pound, being a total of $20.67. And this is 3.45 pounds worth. If you see that date there, do not be alarmed by that date because, we are at the last day of February, as I mentioned, but I've had this in the freezer. So all I did was I thawed it out before I went off to my work from home job this morning. That way it could thaw out all day long. So as you all can see, it has been thawed out. This is a really fatty cut of meat. All I do is I just salt this, throw it in my Ninja Foodie pot. It depends how much broth you want. For me, I don't really need too much broth, so I'm just going to go in with 1 bottle of water. So that is just 16.9 flow ounces that I'm going to put in. And with it being a fatty cut of meat, it's definitely going to render off its own juices as well. So for me, that is definitely sufficient enough. Sometimes I might add maybe like 2 bottles if I'm wanting a lot of broth, if I'm wanting it more so like a stew. But I'm going to go in at high pressure. I'm going to set it for 50 minutes. That's what I go in with for this cut of meat. And I will definitely show you all what it looks like come plating up time. All right, everyone, I am back. I have it salted up. I did forget to mention to you all, what I do first is I sear it on my saute setting in my Ninja Foodie pot because I want to be able to get a nice sear color on the meat. I do that on all sides. Then I go ahead and add the water in and set it on high pressure for that 50 minutes of seal pressure that I mentioned to you all. But definitely go ahead and do the sear. You'll definitely be a lot more happier with the color of the meat once you finish that pressure cook cycle. So I just wanted to be sure to add that in as well because I did forget to mention about the searing part of it. That way you can get a nice good color on this meat. All right, for this Thursday night's dinner, I'm going in with the pressure cooked chuck roast I showed you all earlier with a dollop of some daisy sour cream. And I have a cucumber that I sliced up. This is simply just part of it. There is definitely plenty, as you can all see here. It was a really huge cucumber from the farmer's market. I just went ahead and salted it, but this is what I'm going to go in with for this Thursday night's dinner. Hello, my friends. Happy March and happy Friday. It is March 1st. Going in with my brunch. It is an omelet again. I am probably going to be doing a gazillion omelets because it is just so easy to just saute the veggies, scramble the eggs in, and kind of put the lid on the nonstick pan and let it do its thing while I head back to work, get a little bit of work done before I have to come back out and retrieve it. And I do also have 2 air fried hot dogs on the side. I purchased these at Aldi. It is a organic version of a hot dog that they have available for purchase there. It's not super clean, but it is the cleanest for the price because it is only $4.99. Sometimes it can go upwards of $5.99, which is still not bad in comparison to some of the clean ingredient hot dogs, the pricing out there. So this is just omelet with 4 eggs. I have some cherry tomatoes, as well as some spinach and some feta cheese. And this is what I'm going to go in with for this Friday brunch. All right, my friends, I'm going to make this really quick, but for this Friday night's dinner, I'm going with some to-go, some takeout that we had gotten at Culver's. As you all know, they have really clean ingredient burgers. I got a triple burger, and simply I just selected for no bun. It does have some cheese on it. You know, the cheese might not be the best but it will do. And because I got a combo, it comes with a side, so I just stuck with their garden salad, and I'm gonna go ahead and have that for a meal for tomorrow. Because in here I do have some lettuce and some grilled onion that I had them add, and that is kind of what I went with my little bit of veg. But I'm gonna go ahead and dive in while this is still hot. All right, my friends, for the Saturday brunch, I'm going in with some Five Guys. We are actually going to go grocery shopping, so it was on the way. I got a double cheeseburger. They do this option where they can do it in a bowl. He told me that they have either options where they can wrap it in lettuce or they could do the bowl. So I felt it was going to be a lot more manageable to just get it in a bowl. And I do have lettuce, tomato, and some pickles on the side. And this set me back $10.69, which is definitely not bad for an eating out option. So to be under, 15 bucks, because it could definitely add up to get just burger patties. But this will definitely fill me up for this first meal for Saturday.